Oh, Charlie,
Hi,
is it
have you
cold?
been? Yeah, it's summer cold, yeah, anyway. Yeah. But not not that much, but yeah. It's
Uh,
cold. Yeah.
Not like Italy.
Probably not actually the weather it's kind of up and down because you might have like three weathers in a day, which
Oh
is
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
so but and I think I don't know, I think winter officially starts tomorrow. I think so.
or it's starting tomorrow. So do they
I
have
think
the
so.
changing the time as well? Reversing
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
yeah, 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 they do. I think they do that twice in a year. I think they did
Yeah.
one. Was it? I don't know the actual date. Was they did
Mm,
one recently, and towards maybe August. Yeah, I don't know, but they do another one. Yeah, just
oh,
twice in a year.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But currently they removed 1 hour currently for now. Yeah, but later along the month they're gonna
Mm.
have that 1 hour as well later.
Oh, oh. So what time?
Yeah.
Was
We currently like 8:57.
8:57.
Yeah, PM.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
What time are you now? What time are you right now?
your phone is calling me. Or is
My
it?
phone. I
Yeah.
think. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes. Charlie is watching us. Charlie is
Oh, that's
watching.
nice. Why?
Uh,
But why can't you join? You
I
should
can't
have added
find
me. Oh, I get. Yeah, 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 yeah. I understand. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
that
Apologies.
that thing. Hmm. So
Yeah.
Charlie told me that you are not far from each other, but he's in the islands and you are in the mainland. But
Yeah.
you have not met each other. Come on, guys, you are together then.
yeah, yeah. I told him actually I have a plan. I have a plan to get it to to go there. I think he's living in Obat. So when he told me, I actually checked the flight and the price, which is quite reasonable. So yeah, I
Uh,
have a plan to go there anyway. I have a plan, but I just don't know when. But I
uh,
definitely have a plan.
yeah, and
And,
actually, he says
and the
that the
certainty is like I'm gonna be there maybe this year anyway. But I have a plan to go.
uh, oh, he says you can't change your national anthem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was actually that was also going online trending. Yeah, actually they changed it to the colonial anthem, which many people did not support. Like, why would you change it to a colonial anthem when we have our good, for we've been using that for over 20 years now. So why would you
Yeah,
just come and say you want to change the anthem? Yeah, yeah,
yo,
because I
man.
didn't know I didn't know how to recite the old anthem because I wasn't taught. I was only taught the one composed by Nigerians. I don't know
Yes,
why. I don't know, but a lot of Nigerians are reacting to it like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
it doesn't make sense, man.
It
Yo,
doesn't make sense.
I've been missing on the news, most. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't even see it on TikTok, or maybe I'm not too long there, because I
But
was.
but yeah, continue.
Yeah, I'm saying I would have seen those trends. Maybe I'm not too long on TikTok, because that's one social media that I'm using more often these days. But Charlie, how are things, man? How are things so far? You Yeah, you have gone for fasting and it has ended now. When did it end? We're talking about
Wow, it ended like over a month ago, man.
over a month. There were things that we were talking about with Charlie, but we can't
It's
say
over a
it.
month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually good because of this the weather because they have a shorter. How would I say? I think they have a shorter day right now
Oh yeah.
than longer night too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you fast now, probably it's much better when you fast during this period because
Yeah.
because of the timing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But
man,
what
how
about what? What about you guys? What anthem do you sing? Are you, do you
Mm.
guys have the
No, I
colonial anthem, or they just the one composed by South Africans?
know it's a democratic one that one that we have.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
We might change it to remove certain things so that we more united behind it. But there is one political party that is huge on that, that they
Mm.
want the national anthem because it contains the colonial words as well in other parts of the national anthem. You see, that
Yeah,
it contains some words that were sung at the time of at the height of apartheid, that they were singing.
yeah,
Those were causing doing the apartheid racial laws. They were singing when they are abusing or doing violence on the black people. So
yeah, yeah,
some people that know about that history, they don't take it lightly, and even when it's sung, they don't sing that those parts because they were sung when our people uh, were racially abused, were killed, and all other sorts of apartheid acts that were done. You see,
yeah,
so.
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
but then, yeah, it's something that we still live with it until that political party maybe gains more support. Then the national anthem can change and be more reflective of the South African democratic values that we embrace now. Of Ubuntu, one of those values, Ubuntu, the human dignity. The human dignity back then was only afforded to white people and not so now. We want those things to know that this is a person as well, not because they are black in skin color, the blood is the same. So you see those
yeah.
things, yeah. But yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for another day. Charlie, how are the studies, man?
Yeah, it's been pretty tough. Yeah, but generally it's going on well. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah. We can't wait, man, to call you doctor, man.
That's yeah. I don't want to say anything right now,
Yeah,
but we thank God it's going on well. Though a lot of, yeah, you
uh,
have to spend a lot of time to do a lot of, you have to do a lot of writing as well.
oh
Also,
yeah,
and for my project, I'm kind of doing field work, so I usually go to field to take some survey.
oh yeah.
That's the most difficult part of it for me, because yeah,
Mm.
because I have to, it drains me physically. So
Mm.
yeah, but all in all, it's all going well.
So do you take surveys or
Richard, you can see Richard comment there.
yeah? Man, assume. So, do you take lot of surveys or do you take lot of the samples,
uh,
the groundwater?
basically, what I do is I'm actually working on trying to predict the impact of urbanization on channel morphology.
Oh,
What I mean by morphology is just the shape of the river. So
yes.
when you have urbanization, the discharge, I mean the
Mm,
storm water that goes into the river, it
yes.
gets the frequency becomes higher and the magnitude becomes higher. So, I based on that, so it's basically the first thing you see is erosion at the banks of the
Mm,
river. So
mm,
now with that, there is an enlargement. So I'm trying to predict enlargement using some background context to do that. So I just go to the field, I take
mm,
the cross section, like the cross section of the
mm,
river. But I have a kind of a design for the method. So
mm,
so so what I did is I just take a, I think I have some, yeah, I did the survey. So there are some calculation under it, like some estimation to get the width, sorry, to get the area. Since I take the width and depth, so I calculate for area, I calculate for width depth ratio. That's the incision ratio. So yeah, so from
yeah.
there, I just, so whatever I got on the field, I just relate it in terms of linear regression, just related with urbanization metric, just to
Yeah.
see what's going on. Basically, yeah.
So mainly for urbanization or also population increase.
It's basically about urbanization, and in geomorphology, they have what they use like a metric. And the metric is impervious cover.
Mm,
So the impervious cover is mostly what they use. Some use discharge, some use catchment area,
mm,
using space-time interpolation, like using urban,
mm.
like catchment area over response for urban and rural area, sort of. And why some use impervious cover alone to just predict. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so basically that's it.
I'm
It's
asking.
boring anyway. I know it's boring.
Yeah, no, I'm asking that question because remember when we were in Italy as well, we
Yeah,
did the hydrology.
and the
What
complexity.
hydrocomplexity? Yes.
Yeah,
So there were other aspects of water related issues that we spoke about, even from Dr. Patrice's module,
yeah,
that generally the water is scarce and we have more water in the sea, which will need us to do desalination, which is costly and whatnot. And there's, I mean, the impact of the salinity that we'll get from the desalination, the byproduct of it. Where are we going to dispose it? So we did that. So the population was seeming to also increasingly impacting the water ability.
yeah,
Then get an example of water allocation using South African examples, using
yeah.
our water, that it was a better system to allocate the water. But we also have water scarcity in our country, in South Africa in general. So now with the population increasing, how much impact will it have to the water resource in the future? If, for example, the United Nations by now they are saying they are expecting the
Can
population
I ask a question?
is. So check the population, they say it will increase about 9 billion in 2050. So
9 billion. You mean is that the world population?
world population.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, okay.
So another thing that I was looking, I think there is a paper that I'm writing, but just a working document. I might see whether to publish or not to publish. There's quite a lot of
Yo, man, you have to publish like Richard. Richard is like it's just putting everything there. You have to talk to Richard on that. He can
yeah,
motivate you better.
I need to talk to him. I need to talk to him. So my interest is it's on reclamation of land from the sea, and
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, and
I think I
also
did, I did that. I did that. That was my basically the concept behind my master's degree. Yeah,
yeah.
because I worked because the data I used was from Land Reclamation Consortium.
Oh, so they
Yeah,
also have consortium dealing
yeah,
with the
yeah.
land.
Yeah. In Ravenna, they have a consortium. Yeah,
Wow, wow. You know, I
yeah,
was not
yeah,
that. I need to look at them. So
yeah.
I'm looking at those things, and there is a high probability that land reclamation will increase in the near future because we need more land, we need more space
It
for
will increase what? I didn't catch that. What will it
so
increase? You said it's
the
gonna.
land reclamation from the sea,
Okay,
and
okay,
for
yeah, yeah,
yeah, it will increase. The pressures for that is because it's population increase,
yeah.
so more land for settlement. We need more land.
Actually, that situation is also happening in Lagos in Nigeria right
Uh,
now. Like, yeah, the kind of building some, the kind of reclaiming the sea, some places
yeah,
there, and building some exotic buildings there that cost millions of naira.
yes, luxury. That's another part that they are building luxury apartments, luxury houses in those reclaimed land. But now there is also an element of climate change. If how
Yeah,
will change impact on those buildings and the other coastal dynamic processes like your erosion of
yeah.
the claimed land and the flooding when it occurs. So there are those things that there's quite a lot to write about. There's not quite a lot literature out there that is written about those things. So hence I was saying my interest is that. So you also written a paper on reclamation, or you have done some
Yeah,
record. Which,
yeah, yes, I did. But mine was basically about it's about you know mine was about reclamation. When you reclaim a land,
mm,
it's about more about groundwater system. Like when you reclaim a land, and
mm,
what they actually do in Ravenna is, because we have some part of Ravenna in Italy
mm,
that's actually subsiding,
yes.
rapidly. So what they do is, those who reclaimed land, what they did was, like they had a pumping system, like a mechanical pumping system. So
Mm,
they have a drainage.
pump water.
So yeah, so they pump water out of the drainage into the
Mm,
sea. And when
mm,
you pump fresh water out of the
yes.
ground, so
Yes.
there's a kind of the seawater push the fresh water. The interface comes inland in the
Mm,
sand. So when
mm,
the interface comes inland, then you start having more salinity in the
yes.
groundwater. So this kind of situation. So basically, for me, what I did was basically to use some precipitation data,
Mm,
calculate, estimate uh, evapotranspiration
oh, yeah.
parameter, and I did some sheet. Yeah, yeah, sorry. So, when the drainage, I had to take like three basins. So the
Yeah.
drainage was for like, what was like 40 years data.
Oh,
You
yeah.
understand? So I
Yeah.
had to just do the time series analysis and see the the frequency of popping over time. So, but I realized like one of them was like, they were actually increasing in Rasponi and which other basin? I forgot. Quinto
Oh, yeah.
Bacino basin.
Oh, yeah.
Why San Vitale was actually declining over time, but I'm not too sure if that's the situation. But that's what I found. It was
Mm.
declining over time, which I feel like, okay, maybe the area is not it's not flooding anymore. So that's why they are having. That's why I was able to see the signal dropping. You understand, in
So,
pumping. But
so the
unfortunately, I wanted to use the data. I wanted to predict what will
mm,
happen in the future, but I couldn't because of timing and some other stuff. So I
oh,
couldn't
yeah.
do that. I just have to pack everything and put to. And I think it was last year. I don't know if you heard about the news. Italy actually Ravenna actually got flooded.
Oh,
Yeah, it got flooded. Seriously, serious flooding in the
in the
in
coastal
the area. Yeah, in
area.
the coastal area. Yeah, 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 yeah. Last year.
Flooded when we were there as well, Ravenna.
It,
Remember some houses that we visited, they were now inundated with water, so they were closed and like. Remember
mm,
the measures that we spoken about, that no, they must have temporal houses or people must relocate, like that
mm,
retreat scenario,
yeah,
because of those flooding that happened there. But what I'm interested in your study that you did, why there was a decline, because you speak about saltwater intrusion into fresh
yeah,
water.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe,
yeah. Yeah.
so maybe the saltwater intrusion is not much when the drainage is has been stopped, because when you stop.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the area has a kind of widespread.
Mm,
Also, it covers all Bologna area. They have in the past, like maybe I can't remember the date precisely, maybe 1940s, 50s.
oh
They had a
yeah,
lot of pumping, like borrow
oh
for
yeah,
farming activities. But
yeah.
now what they did was actually they made a law, like, you guys have to stop
Oh,
individual pumping. So it's only you have to get a license for your farm to get it pumping,
oh
this kind of
yeah.
stuff. So they
Mm.
stopped it. So that was actually the what reduced the subsidence in recent years. I don't know.
Oh
So
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and basically, even if you have salt water in groundwater, it
Mm.
affects crop yield.
Yes.
Understand? So it's a big problem for them. I don't know. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, Charlie, thanks, man. I wanted to catch up with you, man. But
yeah, I really appreciate, man.
we
Yeah,
ended up going to the science, man.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
in
So
fact, I would have wished that myself and Richard and you were here in
yeah,
this just to
yeah.
catch up and talk about
But
the.
what do you need to do to to make it maximum of two?
Yeah, mm,
Yeah, you have to
yeah, I
get to do
remember.
that.
Yeah, Charlie, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I remember those tips, man. Thanks very much. I have to dig down. Also, Charlie was speaking about another thing that I will explore as well soon. Yeah.
What's that?
We'll talk about it offline.
Absolutely, no worries, no worries, no worries.
No, Charlie, thanks, man. You must
In
keep warm there. You said the time is what time now?
actually, it's about 9:16 p.m.
It's what? 19?
9:16 p.m. 16 minutes
Oh,
past 9.
oh, damn.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's not that
7,
late.
yeah, 17 minutes past 1 from my side.
Oh, it's nice. So time for what's it called? Time for lunch.
Yeah, we're going for swimming, man, with my
Oh,
kids.
so I even saw you online, like doing some. I was
Yeah,
like, yo, man, what's this South
I'm,
African man doing?
I'm joking. I want to be active, man. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
that's really nice.
I want to
Yeah, yeah,
be
yeah.
fit.
Actually, it's
Fit.
really good. It makes you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
All right, man. Cheers.